Hey, welcome back to the Dogman Sideshow podcast. I'm here with our musical guest. You want to introduce yourself to the people?
Crucifix Coffee, the one and only.
Nice. Saw one of your shows recently. Rock the fucking house. I know you play in a couple of groups. You want to tell the people a little bit about it?
Deborah, Fatal Rebirth, and Discordian. Discordian, we haven't no recordings yet, but Fatal Rebirth you can look us up on YouTube, and Deborah you can look us up on Spotify and YouTube.
Nice. So, how long have you been playing, and what is your instrument of choice? What's your weapon of choice music-wise?
Recently, usually it was a 6-string for the longest time, but recently I switched over to 7 strings, and I feel like it's balanced. Like if you're a metal guitarist, I feel like it's the most balanced between it all. I feel like 8-string is a little bit too much.
What about a 12er?
Oh, you mean with the octave strings, the little ones?
I've seen there's a 12-string guitar. I just was browsing.
No.
I was looking up that Japanese 3-string bass that we were talking about the other day. And yeah, you're right. It was like $600. $299 is like one of the cheapest ones I could find.
That just sound. No, anything Japanese made, it's gonna be expensive, dude. Like,
Nice. Well, I found that there's a P bass too. Like there's a 3-string bass you can get on this side that's a little bit more reasonable.
oh yeah, for sure. I feel like it's because Japanese have more. It's more craftsmanship.
They
It's
make
like,
fantastic
It's
instruments.
like, dude, samurai swords. You know what I'm saying?
They make
Like,
great instruments,
they're
swords, and helicopters,
they're just
and
art-
motorcycles.
They're artists. Like,
Yeah.
straight up. Like if you get anything instrument Japanese made, like it's gonna be at least pretty good. Like at least $800.
Oh yeah.
$800.
One of the first real injuries I got, like where it made me panic, was I cut myself on a samurai knife,
Oh,
and I was like, "Holy shit, that's a lot of blood for a small cut."
oh yeah, those things.
I just remember opening it and I cut my hand. I
like
did,
a little tonto.
I did the gaijin mistake,
man.
and yeah, if I can try to open a blade without any kind of awareness, I fucking sliced my palm. I was like, "Holy shit!" I thought it was like a ladder opener or something.
He's like, I thought I was playing Fruit Ninja, dude.
The knife came out so smoothly. I was like shocked, dude. It's fucking crazy how those things are made.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, Japanese craftsmanship is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we were talking about getting good. It's the musical talent in general. Do you think it's better to be naturally gifted and learn things quickly, or is it better to just be able to work hard, make yourself work hard, practice?
I feel like it's a combination of both in a way. But everyone's told me I've always had that natural gift because I've had older guys say, "Oh, wait, I've been playing for 30 years. I still can't play like that," you know? But I feel like I guess it's kind of a hard work in a way because also it wasn't just natural. I would play for hours in a day, you know? So it's just more I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
just off the top, would you
think
more one? If you had to pick, which one is it you would prefer? If you had to lose the other one, which one do you keep? Natural talent, or you keep hard work?
I like hard work and determination. That defies a man.
That says a lot. Now, speaking of what defines a man, that term has been sort of misappropriated and become more loosely defined as the times have moved into our new we're in the 20s again, and not just the old-timey 20s. We're in the future, the 2020. Like, there's comic books that say in the year 2020 we'll be living on Saturn and shit. Like,
yeah, dude, I used to play Halo, and they were what was it, like 2030, where they were like fucking...
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Futurama even made a reference about, we got to get that Star Trek. She's like, why was Star Trek so important? Oh, because it showed us how to think about the future. She goes, but it's set 800 years in the past. It's in the 28, or was it, it's like the 22 or 2300s? I forget. But they're in the year 3000, so they're even farther out than Star Trek was supposed to be.
Damn.
She's like, it said 800 years in the past. Like, who cares? But yeah, man. What do you think it takes to be a man nowadays? What defines a man, other than hard work,
most
determination?
motherfuckers don't want to be a man these days. Like, I don't know. This days
It's losing its premium.
I don't want to be that guy, that old guy like, oh yeah, it's not like how it used to be when I was man. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I don't want to be that guy, but it just
nobody's anti-trans. If whatever, do what makes you happy, obviously, unless it involves fucking children or eating people.
Oh yeah. But yeah, like I feel like this day and age, like everyone feels like they should be handed it instead of fucking working for it,
That is 100% accurate.
Honestly, I would defy like people like in their early 20s nowadays, are just spoiled ass little bitches. And that's what I'm gonna say right now.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
So there you go. He's not speaking out of prejudice. He's not speaking out of old-timey
I'm
man.
talking early 20s and early teens. Or not early teens, later teens. Like I'm talking 18 to 19. Like all these people, like, dude, in this cancel culture these days is ridiculous.
It's not doing anyone any favors.
No, it's not. Like everyone's trying to cancel somebody. Like, dude, like, I don't know what it is. Like,
it's making people so sensitive that there's no room to learn from your mistakes. They just don't make any. And when it gets to the point where you can't make mistakes, it becomes a field of landmines.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can't stand this days, like,
because there's some paths that are just completely safe, and if you just make the wrong turn or you step too carelessly in the wrong direction, bam, there you go, and you can't move forward in your career anymore.
Yeah, you can't.
If you even have one,
you gotta be so careful what you say nowadays. It's ridiculous.
The guy from Squidbillies, he did the voice, is Unknown Henson.
Unknown Henson?
Yeah, is Henson. It's Stuart D. Baker.
Uh-huh.
But he's like, we want to go expectating we're gonna go up here and Kyler Mountain. Like he's just like this real hardcore, like Southern hillbilly-esque character, but he's like rock and roll, like Nashville vampire. He always wore just like rockabilly shit, and yeah, he's like had his front teeth missing, like meth style, and yeah, he'd always wear crazy shit, but he was out there, and he's always been known to be outspoken and say crazy things, anti-feminism and fucking anti-soft modern male shit. Like he made fun of Dolly Parton for calling or talking shit on Southerners, on someone I forget. He basically like shit talked Dolly Parton, and he called her like a big-titted freak. And
is she a freak, and is she big-titted?
She has huge tits, and I can't speak to her freakiness. She's an old musician, but no, everyone loves Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
So yeah, he got fucking canceled for basically being like pro Southern pride and saying like kind of racist shit. I don't even know if it was racist or just defending racists. Someone who said something racist, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just so loose there, but that's the point, is like it's getting to the point where you can get canceled for defending someone who said something shitty. Roseanne lost her show.
Yeah, dude. No, I'm not gonna get into that, but
I mean, isn't that like Voltaire? It's I disagree with what you say, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom of speech. It's supposed to be a fundamental of American life, freedom.
But people are like taking that to like extended, like what's crazy, you have a freedom of speech, but it's almost like our freedom of speech is leaving at the same time now these days. Like, I don't know.
We have the freedom to have opinions, I guess, but we also do not have the right to share them anymore.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Like how it is.
Which is what's the point? Because like, I mean, if the Gestapo's waiting outside your door for having an opinion that you share with people, you would just have that opinion indoors, would you not?
Yes.
So what's the difference? Yeah, it's like you're being. It's making the freedom pointless.
Dead ass. That's spot on. our freedom is pointless because you can say what you want to say, but you're still gonna get canceled at the end of it.
It's so unfortunate. And back to the topic. Do you feel different after becoming a parent as to before?
Oh, yeah, that'll change your mindset 100%. I feel like you're way more responsible, but like it changes you as a man, like 100%. You almost like you feel like you need to like you don't want to let your kid down in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like
I absolutely do.
You want to do whatever it takes in your power for them to have a good life.
Now that's a big deal. I know that there's a big change in people's brains, and for a while there, everything seemed super clear, but at the same time, very panicky.
Oh no,
the first time.
You'll always have that. Yeah, of course. As a parent, you'll always have that initial like panic. Because sometimes you feel like you're like, oh, I'm gonna be a piece of shit like parent or like something, you know?
Yeah.
It's just anxiety, dude. Honestly, like I said, here it comes to be like, be a man, dude. You gotta just.
Anxiety and boredom are our two biggest sponsors.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to get into some weird, important questions.
Mm-hmm.
If you could pick 3 movies that influenced you the most, career-wise, stylistically, personally, what would they be?
Forrest Gump, Tenacious D.
Because it's the pick of Destiny's Child.
Yeah, I would say Forrest Gump for morals, Tenacious D for personality, and let me see. Oh, and I don't know. You ever seen the movie Ip Man?
Master Ip, yeah.
Yeah. But I love the morals from Ip Man, you know? Like it taught me a lot to like control my in that movie it taught me a lot.
That Ip Chun wing, that machine gun punch.
Well, it taught me a lot in a way to control my anger. Because then I started really like connecting with Wing Chun, you know? And I was like, you know, what is it? So I really started like reading about it and like, dude, it's just all fucking self-control and discipline.
I like that.
So I have my morals, my comedy, my responsibility, and who I like, what I need, like
Gump karate or Gump Wing Chun and what's this?
Tenacious D.
Tenacious D. Yeah, it's dealing with the devil. Yeah, one thing. Yeah, if there's one lesson we could take away is that dodging lasers and dealing with the devil is something that you have to do to become a rock star.
Mm-hmm.
We all know this. This is just this is widely accepted fact. Now, I was thinking about paranormal experiences. These things stand out, and we've discussed once or twice. I know you mentioned your experience at the beach. Could you tell us about that?
Okay, so I went to the beach and me and my girl were, you know, we were fucking just like, you know, let's go to the Pismo. We were just like going crazy, you know, like and then fucking, I was like, you know what, it was nighttime and we were like, let's see what's up in these Pismo hills, you know. And then we're just chilling up there and we're like, oh, and we both got a bad feeling in a way.
Of course.
And then we go down the hill and then we see like a shadow figure just like run across the street. And then like peek behind the car, like looking at us, and then it went back. And then I drove in front of the car where it was, right?
Yeah.
And there was nothing there. I was like, what the? And then I thought in my head, I was like, I'm just tripping, you know? I'm just like buzzing, you know? Because I was a little buzzing. And then my girl saw it too. And then that's when I was like, oh, fuck. That shit was real then. All right. And then that night I ended up getting head on the beach, fucking on the beach, you know. But
Hardcore.
yeah, it was pretty nice, dude. Yeah, it's nice looking at the fucking ocean at night, getting some head. It's like it's fucking majestic, you know.
Majestic. That's but it was palatial.
Yeah.
Well, I'll cheers to that.
Cheers.
to the majesty of it all.
Yeah, and then so like we do our thing on the beach, and then fucking we end up. I feel like we like passed out for a little bit, right? And then we both woke up with the two same, like, it looks like two little cigarette burns together, like if it was a snake bite but a cigarette burn in a way,
right,
you know?
Right.
And I have it on my leg, and she has it, like, near her arm. And it's the same exact mark, and we didn't have that at all beforehand until that night after. So that, I don't know, man, that night was crazy.
Unknown marks.
Yeah, dude, I'm like, to this day, me and her are like, dude, were we abducted or something? Because that's wild.
There was something that went with it, right? Because there was another.
Yeah, the figure in the beginning.
No, there was another thing with the dots too, right?
Yeah, the dots.
I remember there was another piece to it. Something lights or something? No. Am I mixing stories? Did you see something?
Oh, that was a different time. There was a different time.
Oh, okay, so I'm mixing stories.
No, yeah, well, there was a different time when I went to Monarch, an expensive ass hotel.
That's the one.
I bought an expensive ass hotel looking over the ocean, right? And then we seen these lights like floating on top of the fucking water. I was like, what the fuck is that? It's like fucking, what do they call those, USOs or something?
Oh yeah.
Submerged objects.
We'll slow it up. That's crazy though.
Yeah, we have pictures of them too on my old phone.
I mean, what color? What
Blue?
size? How big roughly in your mind? Like, could you describe them as?
Maybe the size of a basketball.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do they do anything like?
They did weird patterns, like zigzags. Like zooming like hella fast, like whoop, and then stopping all of a sudden. And like,
that's pretty rad. That fits too with the description of how these these military guys have been seeing shit like this too. I love that they're releasing it on the news finally. That's crazy,
dude. Finally, I feel like it's just so dumb that people don't think there's something out there. Like
all these people's lives that have been ruined too, saying like, "Oh my god, I saw this fucking thing,"
and everyone's like, "Shut up!"
Yeah, the town laughing stock and shit. Like that dude just saw the newest fucking experimental technology there.
I remember what blew my mind too. You know that show X-Files?
X-Files ruled,
dude. What blew my mind and what kind of like mind fucked me? It was the newest season where they were saying they took the alien technology and then they were the ones abducting the people. I was like,
they're testing it out on people. Yeah,
I was like, dude, why does that low key make sense? You know, I'm like, they
figure out how it all fucking
shit.
Works. X-Files is always dope.
Yeah,
I always liked when they got off their main like boner thing, because like he was trying to find his sister, right? So he was chasing down essentially the bad guys, like the main quote-unquote bad guys.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, like every couple episodes, they would get called out to something completely unrelated.
Oh, dude, I low-key hated that. Like, but some off episodes were cool, you know?
Well, this is why I bring it up, though, because there was an episode where they have to go to the Pacific Northwest again, and they end up tracking down these, like, high school kids that are, they have weird experiences and about like running in. So there was literally like almost exactly as you described it. Someone running across the road, fucking people showing up with weird burn marks they don't remember on their body, and fucking and stuff they don't remember too. And that the aliens were like, it was like an energy thing. They were jumping into people's bodies. They were like at a high school party in the whatever 80s or something, and that a bunch of them got beamed at the end of the kegger, and one guy stayed in a coma for like years and years and years, and they were trying to figure out who was doing this stuff, and like no one could figure out like how it was happening, these crazy events, and it turns out the guy in the coma was like a puppet for these aliens, and he was like off somewhere in another dimension.
See, that's another thing. And everyone listening, I recommend this show on Netflix called Archive 81.
Sick.
And That is the most like realistic thing I think would happen. As in like paranormal, like other, because the reason why I think all religions they pray, and they all make the same. What do bells do? They make the same vibrations. I feel like the universe, if you look it up, there's a word for it. The universe is just one vibration, and to tap into another, it's almost like calling a signal, but like you tap into that vibration. That's why in the show they tap in like into other dimensions with vibrations.
Wow, that is a hard proclamation.
Yeah,
I've heard interesting stories about it, and definitely there's a lot of science around that.
big time.
Was it the string theory? Cause that all the different forms of matter in the universe is just the strings vibrating at different frequencies.
That's all it is, bro.
I mean, it's a fascinating theory.
Okay, just like that movie Close Encounters.
How
did they communicate with them? Through like vibrations of music, right?
They tried that in Monsters vs. Aliens too, and it kind of didn't work out so well.
But yeah, I feel like that's how the universe communicates with each other.
Oh yeah, I reckon that if we send up like Devo's Whip It or something, because they sent up that gold record on the Voyager 1 and 2. I forget, but yeah, they have like diagrams and shit of where we are, and they have music. They have like all kinds of crazy shit on this record. Vivaldi, and I can't even remember, like, okay, yeah, and it's supposed to be like encapsulate all of mankind. It's like, hey, this is who we are, what's up? And it's just like a weird message in a bottle just set adrift into space. And that's if they even like reckon how we do shit at all, like if they're even remotely like us. That's heavy duty shit. To think that some fucking like Invader Zim kind of people and shit find it, and they're like, what is this? They think that they can produce music, and they think that's how we like do battle or something. Yeah. They did that in Rick and Morty. Show me what you got. The big heads. Yeah, they need a new original song, Morty. Oh man. So I mean, what are your thoughts on like all the superhero trend? There's a ton of fucking superhero movies.
Yeah.
And the transition from like animation to live action, it's not been a great one.
I don't know, man. My favorite Spider-Man movie is the one that recently happened.
You like the newest one?
Yeah, that one.
I haven't seen the newest one yet, so I can't make any kind of judgment.
Oh.
But I like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was pretty damn good, except for the third one. The third one kind of blows. It sucks too because you can see where it could have been really awesome, and most of it was good.
You want me to tell you any spoilers?
Please, I'm all about spoilers. Actually, I like spoilers because it tells me where I'm supposed to watch. Pay attention.
Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and Tom Holland is in that movie.
That's rad. That's see, that's the only way to do it is a retcon. I seen the hello Peter, and they keep doing the Doc Ock showing up.
Hey, you should have seen the people like trip out like in the movie theater. Like first it was Andrew Garfield, and the fucking whole movie theater was like, oh my god, you know. And then freaking Tobey Maguire came out, and he just like the fucking whole movie theater lost it.
My bad. I've always been big into like the animated stuff and the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Are you at all versed in the comics? Like, did you get into that at any point?
I never was really a comic. Like, I would know about the. What's funny is I knew about the comics, but never really read them. I would know the stories behind them, but never read them. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think about that new movie? You ever seen the comics Morbius?
Yes.
What do you think about that movie?
I think that they are grasping at every loose.
I heard about something about Blade is supposed to be. Like
Blade and him fucking fight.
Dude, that's gonna be fucking.
If they can get the real Blade, yeah. If he's still up to do it.
What's his name again? Wesley Snipes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing where he just throws that that boomerang, just kills a room full of vampires in one hit and just catches it. That was such a savage fucking thing. Even with the CG at the time, it looked fucking fresh.
Nah, dude. Fucking Blade was sick.
Blade was on point for the time. Him dragging that dude around, fucking skinning his face off, and yeah. The thing is, like, they all were killed by a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Owned by different companies. They were all in competition with each other, whereas they're optioning from an original company, a mother company, which is like Marvel shit, or DC, whatever. But when one person owns Spider-Man and one person owns Venom, you got a real fucking issue, and not a commemorative 64-ish inch or 64 page double year anniversary issue.
No, and they're gonna tie that in with Venom and Venom coming, and the next Spider-Man movie is gonna be probably. They're talking about Andrew Garfield having another, but now it's gonna be more of a. They're in their universe now, and they're gonna probably come back to each other at some point. You know, I think they really have a good story going now that they tied it all in.
It sounds awesome, but I got a little bit worked up in the thought about it because this whole like multiverse thing, people are treating alternate universes as canon because it's a way for them to sort of like save face and keep going with the movie franchise that everyone is starting to like, what the hell is going on? Like, oh, I like this. They're cashing in on the fan base fighting over who's the better Spider-Man by just getting all of them. Mm-hmm. So
no, but in the comics it happens. It happens. At some
yes,
point.
that's the thing is it does happen in the comics, which is perfect. Like that's the great. Well, like I said, it's a great way for them to save face and keep the story going.
You ever seen that fucking meme in the fucking animated cartoon where they both point at each other?
Yeah,
like,
it's the old 60s
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah,
in the movie they do that. They're like, what the? I was so fucking happy they did that in that movie.
Yeah, they're cashing in. The fans wrote this fucking movie for them.
And then they put comedy in there, like saying how old Tobey Maguire is. Like when he was getting ready before battle, he's like, "Oh, my back." He's like, "Can you crack it?" And they're sitting there trying to like crack each other's backs.
That's so fucking weird. Peter Parker, meet Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Peter Parker, meet Peter Parker.
No, he's all. Well, if we're all Peter, he's all. I'm Peter 1. He's all, well, I'm Peter 2. He's all, I guess I'm Peter 3.
Get stuck with number 3. That's see, like multiverse shenanigans.
And you know, fucking Spider-Man, like he's a comedic fucking.
See, yeah, because it writes itself at a certain point because you have all the setups. It's all setups. But you know, like you said about being familiar with Morbius. Morbius was a side character as far as I was concerned. Like the way I learned my story. But that was the same thing. Like it pissed me off about Venom. It pissed me off about a lot of these characters. They started as part of Spider-Man, and to have a Venom movie without him fighting Spider-Man and getting taken out in the first 20 minutes of it, that I thought that was going to be the thing that you were going to, because you didn't even have to show Parker. Yeah. It could have been anyone. It could have just been a stunt double as Spider-Man, just with the costume on, right? And you just have him fighting somebody, losing his shit, just going ham as a fucking dark suit Spider-Man, and just going and freaking out. And he rings the bell, like he loses control. So he rings the bell. The suit separates from him, and he bails. Mm-hmm. He webs it up and bails.
Oh yeah, that the scene, and
then the Venom suit escapes.
The after credit scene, in the last Spider-Man, is because you know the Doctor Strange shit was still going on. They kept teleporting, you know, like into a different universe. And what happened with it, fucking
timeline splitting
after the movie ended, fucking the dude that plays Venom, Venom was like, "Oh, not again!" And they knew they were gonna transport to it, but a piece of Venom got cut off into that universe, so that's gonna go and it's gonna get to Spider-Man.
Oy vey. I like that somehow he still gets called Venom, even though he didn't have any affiliation with Spider-Man, because like, literally. No, because we're going to become poison to him. We will be Venom to Spider-Man. We'll be his Venom.
Well, yeah.
And that's literally where the name comes from.
I guess each of the symbiotes have their own name. Like, he's Venom, and then there was Riot, and fucking, like, all of those.
Yeah. Spectre, Riot, Lash, fucking, the Mercury team. And then fucking there's one Carnage. This is one I hope they make is Carnage versus Deadpool. Is Deadpool USA or Carnage USA or something like that?
That'd be some shit.
Cross country killing spree where Deadpool takes on Carnage over and over again because the universe moves them as opponents.
I fucking love it too because now they're tying in X-Men to everything too. They're gonna be tying like all of it. Dude, all of it's gonna be a better movie than Endgame. It's gonna be everyone coming together because. Dude, when the multiverse is cracked and you see, if you look, you can see all these villains from different universes.
Oh hell yeah!
Coming
that
through
multiverse
the fucking thing.
Yeah, they did that at the end of. I think they've been planning this for a while because they did it at the end of the last few series, animated wise.
Dude,
and I follow the animated shit more than anything else because I draw.
Yeah.
Okay, now getting on to the next thing. Have you ever left the country? You ever been to another?
Hell no.
No. What's the farthest you've been from home?
Los Angeles.
Wicked.
Actually, the Mojave Desert.
Nice. Mojave Wasteland for those Fallout fans out there.
Mm.
All right, man. If you had all the fucking money in the world, just you literally never had to check, what would you do? First thing you'd buy?
A house.
Yeah.
And then I would hire people to build me a studio to write more music.
Nice. Gotta keep that production going.
Yeah.
So you would still perform?
Oh yeah. But with better gear.
You'd be able to you just buy your own venue and just perform there.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking Rodney Dangerfield style. It's just, hey, we're going to the comedy club at Rodney's. It's just Rodney Dangerfield every night. Yeah. Oh. That shit rules. No, so you've said a few Marvel hero, like, just off the top, other than Spider-Man, which we've named, and Blade. Mm-hmm. Are there any other Marvel heroes that stand out to you? Any ones that you know of, like,
I like the way the Deadpool movies are going. Growing up?
Just in general, yeah. Not necessarily, yeah.
I would say Wolverine. Wolverine was a big one in my mind. Like, he was always a badass.
Nice. Or Weapon X, as they call him.
Yeah. Wolverine's just a fucking total badass. And he doesn't even try being a badass. He's just a fucking badass.
Someone brought up something really cool. That after the first time Magneto met Wolverine, he could have just used Wolverine as like a marionette to kill all the X-Men. And he just doesn't.
You know what? I never thought about that. He hella could have.
That's insane. He literally just like holds him up. He goes, "Why would you try to fight me? You're made out of metal." Like, you know, I'm paraphrasing, Ian McKellen, but he's like, I can do this, right? And he's like bending Wolverine's claws like they were made out of like silly putty.
Yeah.
He's just like, holy shit, I'm outclassed. I forget how they fight him, but yeah, like it's weird that you would even be able to fight Magneto in the games or in any game. Like, shouldn't he just be kicking the shit out of you if you're Wolverine?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's why they work as a team. I thought, because they make up for each other's weaknesses and with their individual strengths.
You gotta think about the person.
Except for Jubilee. Jubilee's just there because she's nice.
When he was writing the story, he had to be like, well, I need to make a bad guy. Everyone has a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's your fucking, like...
He's a Holocaust survivor? That's so rough. Dude, when Magneto fucking goes to meet the Brotherhood or whatever, those, like, underground mutants, that they're all, like, hard-ass, and you can tell that they're tough because they're all wearing black and leather, and they're wearing, like, boots and stuff, and they're hanging out in, like, an empty church. They all have tattoos and piercings, so you know they're really hardcore. You can tell right away as they walk in, like, what they're trying to say about these characters just by how they've been set decorated. And Magneto and Pyro just walk in like they own the fucking place. The doors just open on their own. He walks in like a ghost, like a boogie. He's wearing a cape, literally wearing a cape. And they're like, if you're because there's a lady leader, she's like tough Latina UFC fighter kind of vibe. She goes up and talks to Magneto and is like, "You're so proud of your mutant powers. Where's your mark?" And she like flashes fucking these like crazy tattoos. And everyone there has like some dude has like an Omega tattoo across his whole face. And yeah, everyone's got like a different unique tattoo. And Pyro like jumps in front of Magneto like back off the boss man. And he just kind of like, hold on. So he pulls his sleeve up and flashes his like tattoo, his internment camp tattoo. And he goes, "My dear, I've had a needle tattoo my skin one time, and trust me, it's never gonna happen again." Damn. And again, he said it like in a cool Magneto way. Yeah. But I assure you, a needle shall never again touch my skin. And she just was like, "Oh shit, I'm out woke here." She tried to like woke, like, "Oh, you're so fucking woke. Then what's up?" And he's just like, You just got Uno reversoed.
Save this till after this.
Nice. What are your man? I know it's bad. I'm jumbling thoughts here because I'm mixing things, but that is a huge one. You think we should take a break in between sets? We're gonna come back.
Yeah, we'll come back
with part 2 of our complicated conversations with Crucifix Coffee.
Hey, and one day, you might see Discordian on Dogman's podcast.
Wicked.